Welcome back to Flip Side. I am Scotty G. We got Jimmy J and Down Under D, and we're going to let Down Under D let us know what we're doing because this is his album. So let her
Oh,
rip.
okay. It's not my album. So, like I said, when we decided to do this, I thought I'm not just going to pick albums I know I love, um, because as you know in this show, Scotty, you're open to get your ass slapped real hard by people who
Yes.
just will put it down big time. So I thought, right,
Yes.
instead of doing that, I will pick albums I know, but albums I haven't heard for a very long time. So
Me too.
that way, I may not like it either, because as you know, as time goes by and we don't listen to things regularly, your taste changes. So obviously, this is one of Foreigner's biggest albums, and there are some tracks on here that are everybody who knows music would know. But there's a lot of this stuff. When I looked at the titles, I had no idea what it was. So I thought this would be a good one to do. Um, like I said, I got no preconceived here. There's some tracks I know I love because of the history with them, but the rest of them, they're all sort of new to me. So yeah, it'll be interesting. I won't. I sort of think I know some of the songs Scotty might like, just knowing his taste in music. Jim, completely different. I don't know. He might surprise me with what he likes. Um, but yeah, I'll probably surprise myself. I did surprise myself. So we'll see how we go. But yeah, should be an interesting show anyway.
All right. Okay. Me, very interesting because, as you said, some of these songs, if even if you're not a Foreigner fan, just like a lot of stuff we've went through, um, you're gonna know them if you were alive at the time from MTV and the radio. So yes, this is a Foreigner album. The two before this one I liked better, but I'll have to say that Foreigner pretty much hit it off as soon as they who is Peters? Oh, hey guys, talks amongst yourself. I gotta take this call. I'll be right back.
Yep, no
Okay.
worries.
Well, then I'll
Give us
pick.
your take, Jim.
I'll give you my take. I'll give you my 2 cent history lesson. I was alive when this album was out, so and I
Really?
was well aware of who Foreigner was. Right, Foreigner was very popular in the mid '70s, late '70s when I was in high school. To me, it was a good a solid rock album. Right, but it leaned a little bit more to mainstream than their earlier albums. In for me, anyway. But when you've had the other albums had radio hits on them too, so mainstream is mainstream, right? And um, you already are mainstream if you're having radio hits, so can't count that out, right? Nothing wrong with that. Nobody wants to be a poor, starving artist, right? We all want that. It's about making money, right? Lou Gramm's voice is undeniable, right? Mutt Lange produced most of this record, but he had to leave towards the end of it to produce Def Leppard. So Mick Jones took over and finished it. An interesting side note that I did not know is that Thomas Dolby plays synthesizers on this album, and it was by accident. He was contacted by somebody to come play on the album. He was told Mick Jones wanted him. Dolby thought it was Mick Jones from The Clash that wanted him to play on a Clash album. And so when he showed up and found out it was Foreigner, he was a little disappointed, but he did it anyway, right? And so Thomas Dolby played on Foreigner's album, and that was kind of weird, but happy accidents, right? This was a popular record with 3 hit singles, right? From a commercial perspective, you can't, you can't ask for much more than that, right? And it fits in with kind of everything else that was happening at the time at 81, right? Kind of Journey had some of the power ballad stuff going on, and who else? REO Speedwagon, right? They had their big power ballad, I think was in 81. And so 81 was kind of a crossroad year, I think, in music, right? Yacht rock was kind of really popular, Christopher Cross and Michael McDonald and all that. And then this was happening. I think was 38 Special, was that they were 81 too, weren't they? Something like that. So they were kind of coming out.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Somewhere around there. It's kind of what I remember. And I was still listening to pretty much mainstream radio when this came out. So, but it was hugely popular album, right? And maybe you heard some of it too much, but it was everywhere. Like Scotty said, if you were alive, you pretty much knew at least the 3 songs that were big hits. So
is that a strange thing for a producer to leave recording an album like before it's finished?
Well, I guess he had already had prior commitments with Def Leppard before he started this one. And like I said, according to what I read, he left towards the very end of it. So I don't know that you can't really tell. I think when you're listening to it that, Mick Jones kind of finished it up. So they probably had most of it recorded. It was kind of maybe just about finishing up,
And it's funny, isn't it? Because
they were doing.
We sort of say, we use that word mainstream and everyone takes it as an insult. And yet you think,
yeah, well,
like you said, who wants to be a starving artist? I mean, like, why do people get upset?
Nobody.
They sold out and became mainstream, and you think, yeah, they made some money, earn a living,
but maybe mainstream caught up to them, right? I mean, there's always that, right? Yeah. So no one gets into this business, right, to not make money, to lose money, right? No one wants to lose money, right? Now, they want to do it on their own terms most of the time, but, anybody that's, I think Dana even said it in one of the shows, was anybody that's ever had one hit or close to a hit, good for them, because it's a very rough business, very hard business, to succeed in. And if you have any kind of commercial success, you've done something, right? Yeah. I think Motley, when I was thinking of when they came through, and it was the breakout success, right, with Hold On Loosely and those kind of songs, right? Those all came out in 81. Is that right? Sometimes I lose track of years.
Yeah, it happens when we get older.
But I remember hearing those. There was 2 38 Special songs that used to be played on the radio a lot. And I know we're not talking about 38 Special tonight, but we're just kind of filling some time while Scotty gets some stuff straightened out.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of the commenters think he's actually doing a deal for a shirt at the moment, but I actually think Scotty's wearing a shirt. That he's not actually naked. That is a shirt that he's wearing. But don't be fooled. He's actually a little fat boy in real life.
Thank you, Jeffrey. That was a couple years ago. We did, when you get old, you don't do the whole Christmas thing as big as you did when you were younger and your kids are little. And so we just do a exchange, everybody, all the kids, and we'd all pick a name out of a hat. And, my daughter got mine, and she asked my wife what I wanted. I said, tell her I want a Warning t-shirt. Tell her to go online and buy it. And that's what I got. Sometimes you ask for things for Christmas and you don't get them. That was a year that I got exactly what I wanted. And,
I was going to say, growing up, Jim, that was every year.
Yeah.
Never got what I wanted.
No.
Mom and Dad were very good, though, at maybe boxing it up to look like it might be what I wanted, but then finding out it wasn't what I wanted.
Well, my older brother used to play this game with me every year for Christmas. He would give me an album that he would know that I would never buy, because he would say, all you listen to is this. So and every year, like I remember one year he got me Molly Hatchet, of all things, right? Southern rock, right? Molly Hatchet. He bought me Bob Welch one year. So he would always buy me something that he knew I wouldn't go buy for myself, which was cool. And I would listen to him, and I still have them. So, and as far as this, it's like, I always try and find something positive in this if I can. If, I don't think you've ever heard me flat out say something sucks. I pretty much say I don't like it, but they put some effort into it, right? And they did something which is more than I can say that I've ever done. So I put some effort into
Scotty,
it.
Most of the viewers thought you were out making a deal for a shirt.
Yeah, no, I was going to put a shirt on, but I got so aggravated, I said, fuck it. But anyway,
I've told everyone you are actually wearing a shirt. That is the shirt that you're wearing.
Yeah, it is. It's skin color.
It's very good.
But I will finish my little thing here with the songs that I like. I like. You can tell there's filler on this album because, like Dave said, I only got to looking at it and I thought, damn, I don't know as much about this album as I thought I did. But the ones you do know were really big songs, whether they be ballads or hard driving. So yeah, it was a mixed bag for me. But it's a band that I've always loved. Foreigner's never really struggled. I think they come out of the gate with their first album with success, and they just kept building. This is one band that did their success every album, all the way to the next album, which is after this one, which I don't like as good because it's got that biggest hit they ever done. I want love it. Yeah. Their success builded every album. Every one of them got bigger. That's a very rare thing for a band to do until they got to that certain point. Of course, then, it's all over after that. But anyway, not bad. There is some shit on here. We'll get to it. And some filler. But overall, an album I had and a CD I got somewhere still to this day. So,
well, I was going to say, Scotty, would you be surprised to know that I Want to Know What Love Is?
Yeah, I know. Look, I think Rob does too. I don't know.
A little time, Scotty. A little time
to
think things over.
Yeah, I know.
You need to read between the lines.
I know. I never thought it would become the hit it became, Mo, but it did. So there you go.
Yeah, you couldn't go anywhere back in the day without hearing that song.
I know, right?
Ballads sell.
Yeah, especially.
I know. And let's be honest, if that was the only song you ever made, I think you would have done all right off it.
You can live off of that bad boy.
There you go.
Same with Aerosmith. No one, a lot of Aerosmith fans don't like, their ballad, their big hit from the
later
movie.
stuff.
But,
yeah, because I don't think they wrote that. Didn't Diane Warren write that or something? But
she had a hand in lots of things.
Yeah,
from a lot of
she wrote a lot of songs. That lady is not hurting for any money.
I think her, Holly Valance, Desmond Child, all had a lot to do with that music through the 80s.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
All right.
Yeah.
So I suppose we should get to track number one, the opening track, the most important track on the album. Okay.
The first one.
At least that's what we think. We always think that that's the most important track because sets the tone for what the album might be. Sometimes, though, let's be honest, we hope not. So we'll see what we all think of this one. Here we go.
Okay, since I'm in the number one spot.
You like the nightlife?
The nightlife, man, yes. I used to. Not bad, man. I'm glad they did start the album off with a more upbeat song. There's not too much to the chorus, but it's got a pretty good beat to it and some guitar, good lead in the song, which this album and of course the next album is really missing some good leads, man, like their past albums. But they do have some. It was just, it had a good breakdown to it too, there at the end after the lead. But I would consider, if I had to say it, I'd consider it just a filler song to lead the album off with. Because this is one of the songs that I had totally forgot about. So, but it's not bad. Yeah, I can listen to it. Yeah.
let me just say to Motley, no, I don't want to miss a thing is the song I'm thinking about from Aerosmith, the big hit they had that a lot of the fans didn't like.
Fucking vomit.
I know Scotty hates it.
Mm.
Jim, what do you think of Nightlife?
What do I think? I think it's an okay opener, right? I think it's written as an opener, right? Like, huh? What? I think it's an okay opener. It's a simple song, 3 chords. I'm here, but I'm going to change computers. It's a simple song, 3 chords. If I can play it while I'm sitting there listening to it, it means it's pretty simple. The drums sounded great. It's got nice pre-chorus with the keys. I like the choppiness of the guitar solo when it starts. He has that style where he's a little choppy sometimes, and he did it on Hot Blooded, I think, and some of the other ones. So I like that, and it's just a 3-chord rock song. It's there. It does its job. It tries to get things moving to start the album off. So I don't say I love it. I don't hate it. I'm kind of there in the middle on it. It doesn't bother me. It's just it's a kind of a crowd pleaser thing to get things going. And I'm going to change computers.
Oh, crowd pleaser. Well, your crowd must be easy to please.
Well,
I'm
people
a bit
are drunk.
I'm a bit like Scotty. This wasn't a great way for me to start the album. I think track number 2 should have been track number 1. Yeah, I don't mind the riff on this, but the song itself is really generic.
Yeah, it is generic.
It's got volume, but to me, there's no personality to this song. It's just, as you said, it's filler. Should you be putting a filler kind of track as an opening track? Like I said, if you were going to judge the album straight away off this song, I think you may pull up the needle and go, is there another album for me to listen to? I mean, you'd be disappointed if you did, because obviously you'd miss the next song. But this, out of all the albums we've done, this is probably the worst opening track, I think.
And I'll agree with you on that, man. I mean, like I said, it's not bad. It's kind of a rocker for them, but it is generic. There's not much to it at all. Why would they not have put another track in number 1, like the set, which we'll get to the second track here in a second, of course. And there's 1 or 2 more on here you could have put in track number 1, but yeah, you need to lead the album off with something that it sounds like you took time with.
Well, if we look, we had Led Zeppelin first up. They had a great opening track. The Cars had a good opening track. Billy Idol had a good opening track. I think the Enough's Enough. What was Enough's Enough's?
It was a new thing. Yeah.
Yep,
yeah, they had a good opening track.
And Eric Clapton, we had Cocaine, I think, opened up.
So when I said crowd pleaser, it's meant to be a crowd pleaser. It didn't say it was.
Yeah, it's got a good beat and a good guitar riff. I understand.
Nice, simple, kind of a straight ahead. It's almost the same kind of thing as Dirty White Boy. Dun, 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 like kind of that kind of a thing, but it's not. And so those kinds of songs are meant to be something you open with. It doesn't, and then they're usually not. So if you open a show with something like that, right, it's different than opening an album with something like that. Is my
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that too.
But it's just, to me, there's much better songs on this album.
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
Started off with.
Yes, yes.
And to me, this is one of the worst songs on the album. So it's not the worst song on the album, but it's one of.
No, it's not.
I know which one I've got, Scotty. I'm going to be interested to see if it's the same one you've got. So,
okay, I bet you're wrong though.
You let me know when you get your worst. And
I will.
All right. Fortunately, track number 2 is a little bit better. So here we go.
You think?
One way to go. So he started rocking. Ain't never gonna stop. Gotta keep on rocking. Someday gonna make it to the top. And be a Juke Box Hero. Gotta stop.
Yes, now we're talking. Now we're Foreigner, bro. And this is the side of Foreigner that drew me into this band. It wasn't the first album that I heard by this band. First. The first album I heard by this band was Double Vision. And this is the hot-blooded Double Vision. Oh yeah, man. This is the side of the band that attracted me. I love this song. Pound for pound, this may be the heaviest song they ever did.
You all done,
Making
Scott?
noise.
Now,
Making a lot of noise, Jim.
Yeah, I know
Now-
I'm making a lot of noise.
now I don't know for sure. I mean, hot-blooded Double Vision are pretty heavy too. It would go on online with that. What is it with everybody calling me tonight? But what I'm saying is, this is the best song on the album, pound for pound, no disputes at all. This is the rocker Foreigner that I love so much right here. When I heard this on the radio, I was happy to go get this album and was wanting to hear it so bad. So this is the song for me. All right, Jim.
Yeah, I agree that this is, to me, this is the best song on the album. It feels like it's the one that they spent the most time on. There's a lot of moving parts going on with this thing. I like that the drum pattern changes halfway through the verse. I don't know if people pick up on that, how the kick drum and everything it changes a little bit. So it makes you feel like the song itself changes, but the chords actually remain the same. So they're playing the same thing, but they're just playing it slightly differently to change it up, which is always cool. Because if you play later on, they do something where they stay on the same chord for a very long time and don't change anything. So that's a good use of the composition there, right? So the imagery is there also with the power chord comes in, right? Again, the same chord. They're just playing between an E chord and a D chord. Like I said, when a song's that simple for me to play along with, I will. And I didn't have to think too much about this one. Not that it's bad. Simple songs are great songs. So when he comes in with that big power chord on the E, right? And it's also the lyric is saying one guitar, right? So there's an imagery there that sticks with it. The breakdown is a good change of pace, right? It's good. And it's a song about rock and roll that doesn't feel really trite. Sometimes people write songs about rock and roll and it's kind of really cliche and everything. But yeah, for me, this is a song that they really worked on, I think. And so I like it. I always like this song.
Yeah, well, Scotty said
Sorry,
it's-
guys. My daughter, she's at the beach and she called. My son's got football practice in the morning. He called. So, yeah, I wasn't expecting these. So there you go. But go
Do
ahead.
you want me to give you a call as well?
I don't have, might as well. Nobody calls
right.
until I do something like this. There you go.
It's always the way, isn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah, Scotty said it's the best song on the album. It's definitely the best rock song on the album. This one for me ties with another song that I really love as well. But I think this would have been the greatest opening track. Some people in the comments have said, if you started it with this one though, maybe you're disappointed because the rest of the album falls flat compared to it.
That is true too.
But we have lots of albums like that.
We do.
Like I said, you got to make the listener want to listen to the next track. So I said, I think if you give them a dud to start with, they might just pull the needle. Just go, because I don't know about you guys, but we used to be able to go to our record stores and listen to an album. Like you go in a booth and they put a record on for you. Well, if that first track came on and you didn't like it, you'd probably just say to them, can you put another album on? Be as simple as that. And you probably wouldn't buy. You just, it's not like today where, you can go online and listen to everything and make, your decision from there. Plus the fact that every album you buy these days is worth way too much. I mean, what, $60, $70 Australian. So what, I don't know, it's probably at $40 US for an album these days is ridiculous.
For vinyl, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, vinyl.
Now you could, yeah, you're right.
it's way too much money. No one wants to spend that kind of money. I think if they drop the price, a lot more people might get back into vinyl.
Yeah.
Even though I was surprised because my ex-stepson, who's just turned 18, sent me a message and said, he wants to buy a turntable. And I thought, wow, buying a turntable, 18 years old. And then he sent me
awesome.
a photo. He bought Dark Side of the Moon on vinyl.
Oh,
And I said, shut up, Scotty, because it's the best Pink Floyd album there is. But I said to him, what made you buy Dark Side of the Moon? I mean, talking an album from 1973. And he said, because I remember you listening to it on your record player. And I thought, wow, great. We're having some influence on the young people. Beauty. There's still a chance. Anyway, to me, this is one of Foreigner's strongest songs. It's one of those signature songs of theirs. They said, if you are alive back then, you know this one. I think if you're new to music now, you probably still know this one.
Yeah.
You're still going to hear it on radio. I said this should have been the way to start the album. I get the disappointment might come from other tracks, but like I said, I get disappointed with lots of albums after the opening few tracks, and we've probably gone through that with most of the albums we've listened to so far. Where we had the bang, 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 3 absolute bangers in a row, and then side 2 is like, wow, you really didn't care too much about side 2, did you? Like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know who decides what track listing is, but I wonder sometimes. But yeah, definitely a standout masterpiece from Foreigner.
Yes.
All right, track number 3. Will it continue? Let's see.
I don't wanna break it up. Why do we have to break it up? Never ever wanna break it up. Oh no, I only wanna make it up tonight.
Okay, I don't know how many. Yeah, when I was listening to this song, of course, like I'm listening to it for the first time again, because it probably since 81 or so when this came out, right?
Yep.
So this album to me, for some reason, feels like it come out in like 83 or 84. I don't know why it feels like that. But anyway, this song here is just part 2 from Long, Long Way From Home on their first album. Same music, same vibe. Listen to the music in this, listen to Long, Long Way From Home. It's the same damn song with different lyrics and little change ups. Everybody knows that song from them, So they were reaching pretty bad, I think, when they threw this album out, man, even though they did have some masterpieces on it. For content, man, or recreation of a song, because when you get time and you're just bored to damn death, pull them 2 up and you will know the resemblance. Exact same song, especially in certain parts. But I'm not crazy about this song. This kind of matches the first song. Almost Break It Up. It's filler, in my opinion. It's not something that I hate, though. It's not, Foreigner's pretty good about filler songs, man. But it leaves a little bit of the imagination wondering, To me, it sounds thrown together. But it's not bad.
All right. So for me, it sounded vaguely familiar, like I'd heard it on the radio before, but I wasn't sure. I thought that the piano key intro was an interesting change up, and to me, some of it reminded me a little bit of Blue Monday in a couple places. But that's going to happen sometimes. People write a certain way, and they're going to kind of borrow from themselves every now and again. I thought the syncopation with the riffs was pretty good, but like I said, again, the chorus felt really familiar, like it was like I'd heard it somewhere before. But I like the the lead guitar stuff on the outro chorus. He stayed within the song on that and everything. And I think Scotty, you probably made mention of it, that there weren't a whole lot of leads on this album, which kind of surprised me because I'd never listened to the whole album. And but he did some good work on that one. But again, I'm not going to say it's a filler song. I think they've made an effort, but obviously when it comes right after, Juke Box Hero, it's kind of, there's going to be a letdown a little bit after that, right? But it's not a bad song.
Yeah, and I wanted to throw in too, I do really like the pre-chorus in this song. They done a real good job with the pre-chorus in this song. And I don't brag on pre-choruses a lot, but I will brag on that. So, all right.
Well, I'm just going to say it's a little bit better than track one. But this is one of those songs I think it's all right when you're listening to it, but you'd forget it 10 minutes later. I don't think it's going to sit in your memory bank and go, oh, yeah, I'm going back to that after. I think this was actually a single, wasn't it? So,
yeah. Somebody said it was.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't remember that. I've never heard. I don't. Look, that's why I said this sounds like a long, long way from home, man. Are they getting confused?
Just
because I know a long, long way from home.
Answer the door. Hang on.
You go right ahead. But this sounds that's got a lot of long, long way from home elements. And long, long way from home was one of the biggest hits, if not their biggest hit on their first album. That's why you can probably look it up, Jim, if you're on your computer, and you can see if it was a single.
Yeah, I thought when I looked it up, there was only 3 singles, but that could be wrong too, So
I only know 3 singles on this album, man. If they did, I don't remember it, and I don't ever remember hearing it on the radio or anything. So,
let me see. There were 3 hit singles, so it could have been a single, but it wasn't a hit. So,
yeah, no, that's possible. I just don't see them releasing 4 singles, though. Do you?
Well, you know what? These days, everybody releases.
Well, wait, I take that back, because after they released the ballad on this album, and of course Juke Box Hero and Urgent, yes, they can roll the dice and release another single, because all 3 of them were fucking huge. So they may have released it. So I don't know.
Yeah, just to me, very strong song for a single. But, and like you said, everyone probably releases 5, 6, 7 singles off an album these days. Half the time they've had 3 or 4 before the albums even come out.
Yeah. And it's all about record companies. Record companies release singles because that's a way to generate more revenue, right? It's really got nothing to do with the artist very often.
Yeah, exactly.
Brian Steele said it charted 26 in the US top 40.
Yeah, so that's I probably did hear it on the radio, but it probably didn't leave as big as an impression as the other 3, right? So.
Motley said they delivered Scotty's shirt today by mistake. Yeah, you gave him my address. Scotty, what's going on?
It was too tight, man.
All right, now we get to a track that should be interesting to see what Scotty thinks of.
And we're having a heat wave down here that's fucking stifling, bro.
Jeez. Yes, sir.
It's in the 50s and raining here today, so.
I hate you.
I hate me at the moment. I'd rather be.
We're gonna be over 100 every day this week here in Houston. So.
Yeah, well, we'll
talking
get
about a little. They're talking about a little
about
cool down here, and I hope they're right tomorrow. Yeah. I hope it does get down in the 80s. That's a cool down.
Yeah, our cool down will be into the 90s on Sunday.
Okay.
All right.
Wow, they released Luann too, huh? Wow.
Yeah, we'll get to that one.
We'll get that one.
Here we go.
Oh shit.
I've been waiting for a girl like you to come into my life. I've been waiting.
Have you been waiting for a girl?
Okay.
Scotty?
I've been waiting. Man. Yes, this right here. Now, I will say that I'm a nostalgic lover of this song. I'm a nostalgic lover of this song. This song was playing. Let's release a little bit of personal info here on
Not
the
too deep, I hope.
Gaz's World Network here. When I lost my V, this song was playing, baby, and I'll love this song to the end of time. I don't
TMI.
care.
TMI.
Hey, it is, yes, it is a killer ballad for me, man. One of the most memorable ballads for me. Let me put it that way. So, yeah, and in all honesty, I never really had much against it anyway because it was Foreigner, and Foreigner did jab in them slower songs, every now and again or whatever, but they never did really display them that much, man. Their singles were always the heavier stuff, I think this was probably the first time that I remember them releasing anything this soft and ballady. And that's just me. If anybody remembers them releasing anything before this like this, then go to town, but I do not. But it worked. It worked. I can tell you that much because this song was on the damn radio all the time, constantly. But
I know you
it's
can't.
a good ballad.
I know you can't read the comments, Scotty, but Motley wants to know if there was another person involved because doing it solo doesn't count.
Yes, hell yes, you idiot. Yeah, man. Nah, the self-deprecating does not count. I got that, man. Yeah.
Can you remember the first song you did that to?
Oh, jeez.
I don't believe there was a song on when I done that,
Oh, you just
the
did it to
first time.
silence.
So
Stop.
yeah. I had to focus and concentrate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I couldn't focus. And what I had in front of me when that happened, hell, they could have been playing hot damn Anthrax and it wouldn't have phased me a bit. So there you go.
All right, Jim, do you have a similar?
No, I do
story?
not. No, I do not. Not with this song anyway. But this is a song where when I hear it, it automatically reminds me of 1981. You know what I mean? There are songs you just that period of time, right? And this one was that song, right? Because like everyone said, it was on the radio constantly. And when things on the radio constantly, it's for a good reason, right? It has a good melody and phrasing. I like the last two chords of the verses. They're kind of interesting. I think what one of the things that's kind of interesting about it is they didn't follow suit with a lot of the other bands that had released similar type of power ballad, let's call them. I kind of hate to call things that, but they didn't throw the typical guitar solo on top of it, right? They easily could have done that, and it wouldn't have made the song any worse or any better, but they didn't. They just kind of left it alone. But a lot of bands, I think REO and Journey both had ballads out the same year, right? And they had the big guitar solos in them, and these guys didn't. And I think maybe they recorded one and then chose not to use it because you never know. In the studio, you do a lot of things and then you choose not to do it. But now, there's like you said, Dave, the Juke Box Hero is the best rock song on the album, and this one is probably your other favorite.
Yeah, it's definitely this is the reason I bought the album. So I remember a friend of mine bought one of those, 20 songs from 20 different bands. Things that came out, KTEL, whatever. And this song was on there. And I loved it so much, I went out and bought the Foreigner 4 album, which, didn't disappoint because I obviously knew a couple of the other songs as well. Always loved this song. To me, it's almost one of those perfect ballads. I didn't lose my virginity to this one. That was 1970. 8, I think. Yeah. So I don't think there was any music playing when I lost mine, Scotty. So
Hey, and let me get the record straight here, man. I didn't lose my virginity at 11 years old. That's when this came out. Yeah. Okay. It was 5 years later at 16. So let's just
yeah, it just happened to be playing. Like I said,
wished I could say that, but I can't.
I think when I lost mine, there wouldn't have been a song short enough for me to remember. It would have been a jingle from a TV show or something. It didn't last long. I always say it was the best minute of her life.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, at 13, you're not worried about the girl. Let's be honest.
No doubt.
I'm not thinking about anything but me. Yeah, to me, this is just a beautiful song. I mean, I didn't realize, you obviously told me that Thomas Dolby played the synths on this one. I'm assuming he played the synthesizers on this song.
It's hard to say. A lot of people played keyboards on the album, but they said he played the main synths for the album. But I'm, which one? I don't know. It didn't show it by track.
Well, you'd think if he was going to play synths on anything, it would be this.
You'd hope.
Which, if he did, well done. He's blinded me with science with that one.
Yes, and even that was one of his submarines missing.
Yes. What genre is Thomas Dolby?
His own.
His own. Okay.
I guess I would call it new wave.
It was a weird, you didn't even have him on We Need Alternatives.
We're not done yet.
Okay, sorry.
Everyone, so remember, when I talked, I said this is around 1979 and 1980, and everyone's looking to 1982 and 83. And I was
true.
Right? So it's
true.
Okay. It's okay. It's all right to jump forward in time sometimes,
I have to hear your take on Howard Jones as well. So.
Ooh, Howard Jones. We'll get to that. Let's go on. Let's talk about Luann.
All right. So
and not the one from King of the Hill.
No. So we're going to go from Waiting for a Girl Like You, and I'm not sure if Luann is the girl he was waiting for, but we'll find out.
So close to me, give me just half a chance to prove myself. I need to, Luann, why do you run and hide, Luann, don't keep your
love inside. Okay. This right here may be tied with the shittiest song on the album. Yeah, I don't know. And y'all said this was released as a fucking single. Are you shitting me? Oh my God, dude. Yeah, this is not good. This is not good. I do not like this at all. I know you got a little bit of an upbeat there, but nah, even track one's better than this, for fuck's sake. This, to me, is pure filler. I don't understand why they would even think about releasing this, for God's sake.
The good thing is, Scotty, it means I'm right, because I said I'd pick it, and that's the one I picked as being the one you'd hate the most.
Oh, really? Okay. Mm-hmm. I thought it might have been the one before,
No, it's the one I hate.
One that I actually like. But yeah, this one's just definitely just too cliche, bro. It's just blah. There's nothing there, man. There's no substance. It's all look, but no taste. All steak, no sizzle. I'm not crazy about this at all.
Yeah, I agree with that. Not their best effort. This is one where in that chorus where they're doing the guitar picking and it's a descending chord thing, that reminded me of 38 Special, right? Just that little bit in the chorus, that how it descends, right? And what I was thinking while I was listening to this song, because I listened to the album twice, was I usually don't like songs that are named after girls for whatever reason. And I was thinking to myself, why do male bands always write songs named after women, but female bands don't ever seem to write songs named after men? Have you ever seen a female band with a song named after a man? I've never seen one. The only one I can think of is, and it probably wasn't written by the artist, was a song called Norman from back in like 1961 or 62. And it was like a novelty song.
I
Anyway,
don't think so.
How about Jesse by Carly Simon? Was it Carly Simon? Did Jesse?
yeah. So there's one.
Just like Jesse James.
Yeah, but
Jesse's
there's not a,
girl.
yeah, but there's not a lot, right?
Okay.
Compared to how many songs are written about women's names, right? I mean, you can rattle those off like nothing, right? Even your favorite band, Kiss, did Christine 16. I mean, come on.
Hey,
Well,
That's
I would
right.
hope Kiss wouldn't sing songs about boys.
Well, no, you don't
would
want them to sing
maybe
songs
work.
about boys, but what I'm saying is they did write
No.
a song with a girl's name in it. But even my favorite band, the Beatles, did it. Michelle, right? And Julia.
I was gonna say, Kiss tended to sing more about the parts rather than the
Yeah, you're right. You're right. All right, I think me and Scotty are kind of on the same thing with this. It's like, okay,
No,
yeah, this is
Luann.
the absolute worst song on the album. So I matched with Scotty. I thought I would.
Oh,
I didn't think he'd like. I didn't think he'd like this one. Like I said, if he was waiting for a girl like you, it certainly wasn't Luann.
Mhm.
No.
And that it's annoying because this one's sort of squished between two great songs.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a
Yes.
shit sandwich here, isn't it? Like I got two lovely pieces of bread, and the filling in the middle of this is horrible. Like no one's taking a
Mhm.
bite. Nobody's taking a bite. So yeah.
They could have made it an open face sandwich.
Well, I'd rather just the two pieces of bread, to be honest.
Yeah.
I
I'll
don't
take
like
the
what they're
bread.
putting in the middle. But I'm struggling to think of a worse Foreigner song, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know.
They got some pretty bad ones.
I know.
Yeah.
There's no way this song would have made it on any of the two previous albums.
No,
So
I can agree
this would
with
be
that.
filler upon filler. This is the filler you're putting on top of filler for that crack
Yeah,
that
there
won't
should have
go
been
away.
they could have made an 8-track album out of this one instead of 10.
All right. Well, the good thing is we skip from that one when we get to this one.
Oh,
You right, that's why you call me in the middle of the night. You say it's urgent, so urgent, so urgent. Just you wait and see how urgent my love can be. It's urgent.
yeah,
I was
now
gonna say,
we're
before
talking.
you go, Scotty, I'm going to say it does have a
Yeah,
horn in it.
yeah. Now let me tell you, this is a great song. Okay, now going from a great song to a pure masterpiece. If they would have got rid of that shit horn, and it actually worked in this song, though, for some reason it did not bother me as bad in this song. But if that would have been lead guitar instead of a fucking horn, that would have been masterpiece. That's what I would have upgraded it to. If it where's Mick's leads, man? Dude, the guy's a fucking masterful guitarist, bro. I mean, my God, he can play the hell out of it. I've seen him a couple times, and even though it wasn't the original band, but he was there. One time I seen him, he was still there before he retired. But yeah, Urgent. This is the most noticeable song from the album, in my opinion. This song here, you take Waiting for a Girl Like You and Jukebox Hero times 2, and it still doesn't match up to the times this was played on MTV and the damn radio. Literally, this song here is the one that everybody knew from this, strictly from this album, because this was, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this one right here was the real hit from this album. Now, I know Waiting for a Girl Like You was too, but believe it or not, as good as Juke Box Hero was and is still to this day, that one did not get nowhere near the attention that those two got off this album, even on MTV. Not here anyway. So This one right here is the first song that I do believe I heard from this album, and it became, in my opinion, the best song off of the album. Not my personal favorite. I'm talking about album standards, hits, or whatever. Great song. The horns don't bother me as bad, but it would have been a masterpiece if it was a lead guitar.
All right. So without researching it, I would probably agree that it charted higher than Jukebox Hero. But that's just me thinking about how often I heard this. It was a lot. It has an interesting guitar sound at the beginning, right? It was a unique choice. Had big bass sound, and it sounded like there was also a synth bass going on. I think like they doubled it. It sounded like to me. The sax solo, I thought was a nice touch. It's different. And as you know, because there was only 4 members of Foreigner at the time, the sax player, Ian McDonald, was that his name? I think something like that. He was one of the guys that left. This sax solo was played by Junior Walker. He was a guy from Motown and stuff back in the day, Junior Walker and the All-Stars. So he's a kind of a guy that goes back, into the history books. Great. It's a good song. It wasn't my favorite Foreigner song, but I don't hate it. I probably just heard it way too much, right? But it's a good song. It's a departure from some of the other stuff on the album. So it's not just the 3-chord rock kind of thing that's played that way. This is played with a different kind of texture to it. So it's different. But again, just because I got tired of hearing it doesn't make it a bad song. It just means I heard it so much, which means everybody else thought it was a great song, including radio DJ programmers around the world. So it's a great. I think it's a good song. Hell, I'd take the writing credit and the royalties.
Absolutely.
So Brian says Jukebox Hero peaked at 26, Urgent peaked at number 4.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Luann peaked at 75.
And that's probably how old she is now.
Yeah, well. Now, funny, Scott, in my notes,
Yes.
I wrote down, Scotty loves this song except for the horns. Because as soon as I heard it,
You
I thought,
almost
right,
got it. You almost got it right.
Scotty hates the horns. I know you're going to love this song.
I do.
He's not going to love the horns. I know it. Yeah, this is another one of those Foreigner classics. Definitely deserves its legendary status. I think this is the Foreigner sound. I mean, I think, when we think of Foreigner, to me, this is that definitive sound of theirs. Not Luann or some of the others before it, but yeah, it's still not my favorite song on the album. It's still, I'd go with "Waiting for a Girl Like You" and "Jukebox Hero." And it's not because of the horns, because I do like a good horn. That's why I like Supertramp. Another one of your favorite bands.
Oh.
So it'd be interesting when I put a Supertramp album up.
Oh my God.
Do it.
You like
Saxophone.
Supertramp, don't you, Jim?
I like Supertramp. Yes, I do. Breakfast in America was a great album.
It was. It even says America on it, Scotty. I mean, how much more do you want?
Yeah, right.
Can we have kippers for breakfast?
Mm-hmm.
Urgent charted higher on the rock chart, reaching number 1 on the Billboard mainstream rock chart compared to Jukebox Hero, which peaked at number 3. Which I think you'd be quite happy with either two of those positions.
Hell yeah.
Damn right.
I'd be happy with anything in the top 100.
Jim would like to come in and say, "Oh, look, I just peaked at number 3." What a disappointment.
What a disappointment. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to.
Career's over.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but here especially in that mid-70s, in our charts, anything got to number 1 usually lasted about a week because ABBA would release a new single, and it would go number 1 for 7 or 8 weeks, and then it'd finally drop off, and a new song would hit number 1, and then ABBA's new single would come out, and then it'd go to number 1 for another 5 or 6 weeks, and yeah. I don't know if you had bands like that in the States.
No, ABBA didn't hit number 1 in the U.S. a lot. They were popular, but not as big as they were in Europe or probably in Australia where you were. I'm not even sure if they ever had a number one in the U.S. But they were definitely popular. I mean, because I heard them all the time on the radio. It was kind of you couldn't get around it. But the number one song would change pretty frequently in the U.S. unless there was just a really huge hit.
Yeah,
right?
there's 2 times that I do remember from these 2 bands a song staying on there for damn near months, and that was Fleetwood Mac's Hold Me and Every Breath You Take by the Police. Those 2 songs went number one. They stayed there for a while. Now, I do remember that when that happened. So, yeah, it wasn't an overnight thing for those 2 songs.
Mm-hmm. All right. I don't think this one hit number one. Track number 7.
Yeah, Motley, that would have been the one I figured was number one, but I wasn't sure.
Now, I really like this one right here, man, for one that I totally forgot about. This one here's got a great pre-chorus in it. Again, 2 pre-choruses on one album here. And it's got some punch to it, man. It's got some grit to it, man. Some foreigner, just Juke Box Hero, type hot-blooded, just so yeah, man. This one right here is a winner for me because I'm gonna win. Yeah, I like it.
All right. So for me, I just thought it was a long time to stay on one chord in the verse. I thought that just without any significant change up to kind of to break it up. I do agree. I really like the pre-chorus. I'm not real crazy about the chorus, but there's a lot of good guitar work going on throughout the song. And I'm thinking it was probably a really fun song to play. It's different than the other stuff, right? Like you said, it's a little darker tone to it and stuff. But I mean, it's not written as a pop song, so it's not meant to be a pop song or anything. And so in that regard, it's not real catchy. But the only thing that really bothered me was the verse just staying on that one chord for a really long time. And if you're going to do that, there's got to be something to kind of spice it up a little bit. But it's better than Lou Band.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, God,
it's funny you
yes.
say that because that's one of the things I have in my notes is that it's lucky that there are a few other tracks on this album that are a lot worse because it means it's higher up. It's a bit ploddy to me. It just a bit of a plodder. It's like I said, it's not horrible, but it's not.
Well, it's a filler, man. I mean, it is a filler song, but it's got grit, and that's why I like it.
Yeah, it just doesn't inspire me. Like it's,
It's not Jukebox Hero.
Oh,
by no means. No.
he's going to win, but he's not a hero. That's for sure.
No.
All right, let's see if this woman in black can help us out.
Oh. Not the Hollies. That woman in black, she's a mystery. She's everything a woman should be. I said, woman in black, got a hold on me. She's in control, she won't set me free. Oh, woman in black, it's too late now. I can't turn back. Let me go for that woman.
Okay, the Lady in Black. The Lady in Black. The Darlington Speedway, the Lady in Black. This one here is very generic, and look, the music I like. I just like the last one. I'm preaching more on the music more than the lyrics here on these two songs we just heard. Got a little punch to them, man. Got a foreigner sound to them. A little sloppy and a little lazy on the writing material, in my opinion. But it's not the worst thing on. It's not Luann, in my opinion. Not, not too much greater than, but it's better than Luann. It's just generic filler, man. But it's not horrible
Okay.
for me to hear it and listen to it. But after it's done, I'd forget about it.
Yeah, pretty much.
So
So I liked the intro guitar melody thing that they did there at the beginning, and after that, I thought the verse was going to start off on a different chord, and it didn't. So they kind of tricked me with that one, right? So it went somewhere where I didn't think it was going to go. I like from a production standpoint, I like. I think if it was the last verse, the guitar was echoing between left and right, going back and forth across. I like that. That's a good touch. Other than that, yeah, I wasn't really crazy about it. So I kind of picked in on the music part of it too, what I liked about it. But so yeah, I mean, it's there. Great song, no, but it's there, right? Hey, they got it on an album. I didn't.
Yeah, to me, it's one of those songs that I can hear what could be a good song, but it never quite gets there. There's enough things I think you could like about it, but it's just never really realizes its potential. But
can you hear this?
What are we supposed to hear? Maybe we shouldn't ask that.
If I hear something dropping into the water.
That's what I'm doing.
Your daughter. God, you said your daughter was at the beach, not at the pool.
She's obviously in the deep end. She's diving. All right. Yeah. So to me, there's potential in this song, but like I said, it's yeah. I think we get because we hear these really great songs that Foreigner put out. Some of these other ones are just a bit, Look,
this show's going down the toilet, Dave.
It does sometimes.
It started out that way, didn't it?
There are probably other bands that would think this would be an absolute belter for them, but I just think, a little bit disappointing for Foreigner. But like I said, definitely not the worst song on the album, but I think they could have done more with it. You
could have said Foreigner's kind of like Van Halen with their hits and their other tracks on their albums that nobody knows. But as we know, there are a lot of really popular bands that fall into that category where they'll have 3 or 4 absolute masterpieces, but the rest of them, it seems like it's made by design. Let's get the good ones on there. We'll make our money. We'll be popular. We can throw some filler on here, man. Spread them out. We're good.
It's hard. Songwriting is hard, right? And
yes.
So let's and this is something we've talked about a little bit on the other show or even on Backtrack or something. Maybe in the old days, bands had to put albums out like every year or sometimes twice a year. So the time you have to write is compressed compared to nowadays. People usually get a little bit longer. They usually get 2 years between album releases, right? And so you have a little more time. You're still touring. Everybody's touring. You know what? That's just part of the business. Just like the rest of us go to work every day, right? That's your job. You get paid a hell of a lot more money to do what you do if you do it right than we do, but we still have to go in and perform at the best of our ability every single day. But songwriting it's a tricky thing because it changes, right? What people want to hear changes every couple of years, right? And if you change too drastically, you lose your fan base. We know somebody who's kind of in that category in some ways, right? And if you stay where you're at all the time, you keep your core fans, but you don't gain any new fans sometimes. So it's tough. It's tough, right? I mean, I've never written a hit. I've written a lot of songs, but they're probably all fillers. You'll find out next week. But but it's hard, I think, and at some point You know, and sometimes record companies will say, "Yeah, well, that one's good enough," or "Nope, that one's not good enough." I mean, a lot of albums get rejected. AC/DC writes the same song over and over, so they've got a model, and it works for them. They don't care. They get new fans. They are who they are. I give straight props to AC/DC.
No, I have to stand up for them, bro. You just picked on one of my favorite bands.
I said I give props to them.
They don't write the same song over and over again.
Same type of song.
They play the same music, but in different contexts. You know, you can self-identify I don't know one AC/DC song that sounds like their other song on any of their albums. If you can get me 2 AC/DC songs that sound just alike, I want to hear them. I want to know what they are.
What I'm saying
I mean, honestly, I understand. I know what you're saying. They're the ABC. They're simple. They're simple,
and
man.
That's fine. There's nothing wrong with it.
The beat. But a lot of people say that, and that does get into my crawl, man. Because look, I've listened to I know everything reversed by this band. I have never heard 2 songs of theirs that sounds. Even Rob, you know, got into it with him about this one time. No, you don't know them like I do. If you can find me, I know they're not a technical band. I understand it's a simple beat and it's a simple except for Angus's leads. Now that gets a little bit crazy, but find me 2, if anybody, even on here, viewers, 2 songs by AC/DC. I don't care if it's Bon Scott and or Brian Johnson, the whole era, that sound just alike. I want to know what they are and why you think they sound that way. But I know what you're saying.
They have a style, and they stay within their style. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
and it works for them perfectly. I didn't say they write the same song every time, because no, they wouldn't do that. They stay within a certain parameter. It works real well for them. They're very good at it, and their fans love them for it. And that's all I'm saying.
And that's one band that I will say that never changed, that they tried to get change in the 80s, and they said, no, we're staying. And they succeeded with their platform. Thank God they didn't change.
No, I think what Jim's trying to say is that the fact they're probably the only band that was able to stick to what they did and still get new fans to come along and join in.
Oh, dude. Yes, I've seen them.
Every other band has had to change along the way to keep, in the model.
Man.
Or they've tried to change. Right? So people either try to change and it doesn't work, and then they kind of find themselves going back. But AC/DC stayed true to who they were.
Yes.
And it has worked for them for 50 years.
It has.
I give props to them.
And not just because they're my favorite band, but better than anybody I've ever known. These guys are selling out stadiums, man.
Did you just
I'll be seeing them again.
Favorite band?
Them and Kiss is my favorite. If I had to pick one, Kiss would be just slight them very, very little. But Kiss would be on top. Yes. But AC/DC, man, success-wise, and I'm going to say this, they are bigger than Kiss.
Oh, you only have to look at Back in Black. I mean, geez.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking about if Kiss was still playing now, they would not be able to sell what AC/DC is selling right now. That's a fucking fact. These guys are selling out fucking football stadiums, bro. They can't even play in the fucking arenas, man. Fuck. I was just there a week and a half ago. The fucking place was fucking packed the fuck out, dude. I'll be in Atlanta next month and watching them. They will pack that Mercedes-Benz stadium fucking out. I will take a picture. Dude, I'm not fucking lying.
Oh, look, like I said, and being an Australian band, I mean, Aussies couldn't be more proud of the fact that, on an international scale, this is one of the biggest bands that's ever been.
Yeah.
I'm just a realist, man. I don't care if it is my favorite band. Kiss is. And they did it one time. They could do that, especially when they got back together for that second go around. And in the mid 70s, Kiss was the biggest band on the fucking planet. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. They were at one time. And they done it twice. I mean, they're a band that done it 2 fucking times. That's a very rare thing to do. But they put the makeup back on. They got the original members back. That's why. It wasn't the Psycho Circus album that made them that big. For God's sakes, we all know that, right? Like I said, I'm going to keep it real. Regardless of a love and hate thing, if somebody is that enormous after that amount of time, if I hate them, I still got to respect them. There you go, man.
Oh, yeah, but I don't, as you all know, I love the Rolling Stones. But
I respect the hell out of them.
I can still respect what they've done. I don't have to like it.
Absolutely. I like some of their music.
No, I don't like any of it. I did like that one I put on Backtracks that day, but other than that,
they got some songs I do like. The majority of their catalog I
2000 don't. Men.
But fuck off.
But only when Kiss does it.
Kiss done that song to perfection. I will give them credit for that. But it don't even sound like the Stones version. But anyway, we're getting way to fuck
yeah,
up.
I'm just going to apologize to Lou Gramm. Say I'm sorry we stopped.
Sorry, Lou, Mick. Yeah, man.
Let's get back to track number 9.
I don't know if we want
She's like a girl on the moon. A girl on the moon. She's like a girl on the moon. A girl on the moon.
Man, walk.
Obviously, Rob's been busy when he's been making the videos.
Rob, is he the one that put that?
Yeah, well, it wasn't me.
Okay.
I like walking on the moon.
That's a good one, man. I needed that laugh. But anyway, look, this fucking sucks. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. This is fucking terrible. Luann must have been the girl on the moon. That's the only thing I can come to on this album. This and Luann is the shittiest songs on this album by far, in my opinion. I don't even want to talk about it. It's filler. It's shit filler at that. It don't even have a punch to it. I'm out.
Yeah, it's probably the most different sounding thing on the album, right? I think I found myself listening to the music a little more than the lyrics on this thing, right? It had a few interesting things in it, but it was definitely a different vibe, not a traditional Foreigner type of thing, right? And other than Lou Gramm's voice, right? But I think it's no, I didn't like it a whole lot, but
Yeah, I'll keep it simple. It's better than Luann.
It's like one above Luann, right?
Yeah. That's the nicest thing I'll say about it.
I'll say it's holding hands with Luann. That's as far as I'm going to go with it.
Yeah, well, yeah. All right. Now, a lot of the albums we've done, we've been critical of the closing tracks. Haven't quite lived up to what we expect to close the album. So, will Foreigner be any different? Let's have a look.
Let's see. Well, I'm going to have to let the Foreigners go, man, and let them down because this is generic filler to me. And the only thing that's good, I love Lou Gramm's voice in the chorus on this, man. The chorus is good. he's really getting up there and he's using a different tone. He's not saying it the same way every time. I've always liked that too. But it's just your simple, what is it, nightlife. This album ended like it started, pretty much for me. Now, I'm going to say that.
Are you reading my notes?
You know, it went out like it fucking started. It's not a great song, but at least it's not Luann and Her on the Moon. So if it stays away from that, I guess I can listen to it and forget about it afterwards. But it's nothing to write home about. So there you
go. Yeah, I kind of agree in a way. The thing that came to my mind when the song started is that they like to use the word another in their lyrics a lot. I don't know why that became apparent to me, but another seemed to be a word they use a lot anyway. And I'm going to say another one-chord chorus. Nothing wrong with that. I thought the keys in the pre-chorus kind of lifted it up a little bit, and there's some interesting backing vocals, which kind of gave it a little bit of a 60s feel. To me, I felt like that was kind of a Mutt Lange thing. If you listen to Mutt Lange's productions, right, whether it was Def Leppard, right, the big kind of full-sounding backing vocals, and even Shania Twain, right, he did the same thing with her, right? So that seemed to me like that was like the first time I think on the album where I thought, oh, that's like Mutt Lange. That's like his fingerprints all over the backing vocals. The backing vocals on the other songs weren't like that. So that was kind of weird, but because he's like that. So, you know, like I agree with you. It's about, to me, is about the same as the song that started, right? It's not bad. It's not great, but it didn't put you to sleep necessarily either, right? So, and it's a little bit different, right? Because of that chorus and the backing vocals.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a different kind of a song.
That was the standout part of the song for me, was the chorus, man. So, yeah.
Well, like I said, when you're looking at my notes, because I put in my notes, if you're going to start an album, you know, the way it did, then you may as well just finish the same way. You may as well bookend it. I don't think it's a great closer. Like I said, it's not a horrible song. It's pleasant enough, but is it the best way to end the album? The problem is, I don't think there's enough good songs on the album to have a great closing.
Not great songs. Look, start the album with Urgent, end it with a Juke Box Hero. Then we got nothing to bitch about.
Well,
all right, guys, you can make an EP. Make an EP.
I was going to say, if you started with Urgent and then finished side two with Juke Box Hero,
put the ballad in the middle.
Would anybody get there? I reckon you'd give up before you got there.
Oh man, yeah, you probably would.
Enough momentum in this album to carry you through.
Yeah, there's a lot of filler on here, man. That was definitely on my notes.
It's Lou Gramm's got a great voice.
Yes,
I think it makes everything a little bit more bearable. Because if you had a horrible singer singing some of these songs, it would be stinky, really bad. So you know, thank God they had a great singer.
Yeah, Jeffrey, I agree. I don't know that I like the backing vocals. It was just that it came out of the blue, right? It was just kind of like, oh crap, where'd that come from, and why did they do that, right? It's it felt out of place, but it definitely stood out like a Mutt Lange kind of a thing, right?
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that too.
So I'm going to say this album had 3 A-class songs on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say that.
The album itself is just a C.
Give or take. Yeah, me too.
Without those songs, it would probably be a D.
Without those songs, we wouldn't have done this.
No, we wouldn't have.
We just would have been a lot more critical. But yeah.
Yeah.
So, Scotty, the question is, what do you have for us next week?
Oh, yeah, it's my turn.
Yeah, it is your turn.
Well, everybody that's been waiting for this, we are going to do Monster next week. Nah, I'm just kidding. We're going to do Peace of Mind, Iron
Oh,
Maiden.
yes.
Get your belts on, boys. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Nah, here it is.
And so
This is what we're
we got
doing.
another show to do that.
Judas Priest Jugulator, boys. Get your damn seatbelts on for this one, guys. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. All right. Hey, this is it.
That's 3 false
This is
starts.
That's 3 false. Yeah, I know. I'm
3
15
false
yards
starts.
behind.
That's what his
All
girlfriend
right,
says.
Rob. Are you listening, Rob? Are you listening, Rob? You there? Blow smoke or something, fart sounds or something. Let me know if you're there. I'm gonna make Rob happy. Maybe.
Maybe you never know,
I
Rob.
do think Rob loves this band. I do too. I'm gonna give a little shout out. I'm going more obscure than everybody else has been. We're gonna go Brittany Fox, Boys in Heat next week.
The boys go in heat.
Right there. The second album by Brittany Fox.
Is that a girl or?
Yes. I think it was Samantha Fox's.
Yeah, he's thinking
cousin.
about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're thinking about Samantha Fox, Dave.
Yeah.
I like her. Yeah, a couple of big hits
You know
over
who the
there.
hell you know who Brittany Fox is, don't you?
Yes, I
Dave?
was just kidding.
Oh,
It's
okay.
all right.
Don't fuck with me like that. I thought you was being real.
Well,
No,
you
I'm
just
just kidding.
with
Look,
us for 3 bloody albums.
I know, man. I know, but I can
kept
do
showing
that.
these albums, and I'm thinking,
yeah.
You do remember we have a new show starting tomorrow night that all those albums can be on.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was doing that, just to throw y'all a curveball. But yeah,
So I do want to say
Brittany
to everybody
Fox.
out there, tomorrow night, Scotty and I join us for those about to talk, where we will only do hard rock and heavy metal albums. So probably those 3 albums that he showed you will probably on the show at some stage. But we do start tomorrow night with Richie Blackmore and his Rainbow Band Rising. Only 6 tracks on this one.
Wow.
How many?
6 tracks. Remember, side 2 of that album only has 2 songs on it, both about 8 minutes long. So
Yes, I've been listening to it, but I must be listening to one with bonus tracks on it or something.
yeah, 8 tracks.
So
6
there's 8
sorry. 4
tracks.
no, sorry, 6. 4 on the side 1 and 2 on side 2.
Okay. All right. I will make sure and get the right one then. I know I've heard them, but
So you
plus
should
some
have
extra
like
stuff too.
Tarot Woman, Run with the Wolf, Stargazer, Light in the Black,
Stargazer, yeah.
Lady Starstruck, and what's the other one?
Starstruck, yeah. Damn, I can't think of it. Yeah, I got it. I'm good. I've been listening to it, so yeah, I'll have it plus some. So,
and of course, for all those who maybe don't know, of course, the legendary Ronnie James Dio was the lead singer with Rainbow for a small while, but
that was his
to say,
first
that's-
album with them, right?
no, second. They did have a. The first one was just called Richie Blackmore's Rainbow.
Okay. All right.
Which had, I think,
All right.
it was probably Kill the King and that sort of stuff on it.
Well, Man
Just
on the
I thought
Silver
we'd do
Mountain.
this one. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
So I just thought we'd do this
Alright.
one because this was their biggest album, and it probably gets the kudos from most people in that community as being one of the the top metal albums of the era. So yeah,
Wow.
and people call it their classic lineup because a classic lineup of Rainbow is very short lived.
Yes, it is.
Richie
You're right.
buys everybody really quick
Yeah.
because he doesn't like competition. A great guitarist, but a strange human being.
Yeah, they said he's. Yeah.
We'll discuss that tomorrow night.
Yeah, we will.
So there you go. Tomorrow night, that, and then of course, as you said, next week we have Brittany Fox, who's the sister of Samantha Fox.
Boys in Heat.
Like I said, I'm not sure boys go in heat, but should be interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
1989.
Scott and I will see you tomorrow night, and Jim, I'll catch you next Monday.
Yep.
Y'all be
No worries.
good, guys.
See everybody.
Yes.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe.